Empenimfo ni abre viare fo ni zoom lion kan bom wo mo kwa akopeten ho na de na wo mo de ko ye de ba
abusia wie ensam no edoso pan yi ntimese obetumi aka ye ho e wo social media platforms ahodo ne so Sompa TV Ghana Facebook sanso e na Sompa 93.1 Sompa 90.7 kasebo no be dandan ne ho afa honom e ne Sompa 98.9 FM ekuabo achewa sempetia enemy wi amene
ajapia apam dada afi yenye brena ensem no yentutu ne sere ne abasa na emom kan hu ne se na mabaso na botetia wotwa asuo na otimiduru asuo ja ye kan no mizo fruit drink and 5G energy drink ekutaye mu sana universal natural health care clinic enso e kan ye hu bi Sompa e cha ade o na ade a wo che ni nyina e sika promo no bomode nse wo de ho behiem na wonso wo de sidi numpe ebetimi edi sika botene pa aburo nyan wonso ho ebe sanfre wo afi yen shansem na se a ye do kwa kofiri ase afiri garu awrehosema esi ho na no na enam so emasra adom no wo mokotigu wonso a wobdi wo mpabro biri wo mo abiri dabrada nam so amabinu maprepra eda ya asabia empenimfo akasa wo ho na wono nsem a wode atodwa na wo boro so nyina kire se kama yese de ekoso ne sabi enye ade papa e wo se yesoso ma sabio ebeje ntre ha na enye baabi etena ne se ho nti wo mo ka sansemi wo de atodwa kire se wono meka bi ebam wo mo ya bambafo na afi aban penimfo saafo nyina ema wo mo ni enko sansem no ho na kama yese ena yaboro asumesi yaboro benten ebewie na yesrafo ende kama yese ye boss wa emmo na ye ja wo mo memama ye nyana wo mo ntitibinni se ne yete sen na enam sa so amasesi amanugusu ye sinipa be sadu wo twede wo mo ho akeka pa ma ya sabia wonom eda ho a woje ayarehwe ntu ko garu kuro no mu a sesei wo bia moa na awrehosam esi bosomene da na etoso aduonu nkono no doma e wo ho na wo mo ehunu bie na bibi fa wo mo ni so no e kire wo ma konsem kire Sompa ensentwerofo
started when they were beating us. They made us to roll on the ground, made us to hop, and we were now kept in one place around the community center where we started receiving all sorts of lashes. We received beatings for more than 2 hours.
We were in the room, I and my husband. So they came and they were knocking. So we thought they were armed robbers. So we defended ourselves, not knowing that they were soldiers. So they came in and started scattering our room, asking us to bring out gas, which we don't have. All our rooms, our doors, they break everything and started beating my husband.
Na ekowie no Dr. Mohammed Jama kire se okwo presby asopiti ho nko a nipa be se dunum de wo mo da ya asabia ho a woje ayarehwe ebi mfono obeka se wode bofurotu na ahyem uhwe obi ano a sabi ayese preko small boy ebinum nso kura wo mani anchi chance de mobro na edi wo mo mpabro na ni nyina mu no wo mo nso de gina ho pa se wo mbedom aboa na wakra bi anto na obi abenya na ho oden se de ese na efata e wo garu.
All the injuries were such that they were managed and we have not lost anyone in our facility. If you look at the total number from those who sustained minor injuries to those who sustained very severe injuries, I think that for now, as at now, even though the list is being updated, we have up to 55 young men. But we are happy to announce that they are all responding very well to treatment. We are expecting that in the next 24 hours, we shouldn't have up to 2 of them still on admission. There are some of them that might have to stay for some 2 or 3 additional days. But we are very positive that God willing, tomorrow by this time, almost all of them will be gone home.
We Dr. Mohammed Jama no woko garu afa ho ayasabe ho ye press before de no wono ene Dr. Penny na wo kire akonsem ne de binum afami afeti mamufo no so kire se no kwasem ni ho bo ebo wo mo ma binum sabi won tohwe nyina akura emo ye ketekete ne aka no aban mrem we di aban mrem pa na bibia for wo mani so.
Safety now cannot be guaranteed. Who knows whether they will not come back today or days to come. So we are appealing to our leaders, our MPs, our DCs, the regional minister, and the regional security to come into our aid so that we'll find an immediate solution
now one of our guys fainted. Whether he will survive it or not, we are not in the picture. We don't know what's happened. Some of our members are not. They've taken them away. In fact, it's very, very unfortunate. Meanwhile, if it is the case of about the conflict in Boku, we don't even know the real situation. But if it is about the conflict in Boku, we overheard Walwale, they bent a whole Uton bus in front of a police station, of which our people seek cover. Up to now, did they ransack the place? Did they beat people? No. You see it. Even in Boku, they shot and killed some immigration officers. Did they ransack the place like that? So why have they come to Garu here that we have not done anything to come and treat us this way? In fact, there is what we call lawlessness in this country. And the president and the minister of defense must be answerable to this, because we Garu people, we are not just laymen like that. We are also human beings. We enjoy human rights. And we cannot allow our brothers and sisters to suffer this kind of humiliation. It is out of bounds. We must state it categorically that if this is what the NPP government want to bring to the people of Garu and the entire Kosak, then they should better back up, because I know that for sure in Ghana here, if there's going to be anything that will bring about chaos in this country, it's going to be about some of these things and nothing else.
Eni awuti ye Garu timamufo ewo hobie na sabri brada no efa wo mani so a ebirim wa ya asabia no wo mo chese aban mra wo mo nsra ba mu na we de wo mo nko aso mu a enso na adaworoma we nyina nkamfu ano de wo hwe afisem se honorable Ambrose Dairy na papa ya kasa wono nso kasa no wo de abasobɔ ne anoba na abo wo no mewo Garu ene na afa se wo mo madwobre mra na se tie bia no wo mo ne sra adɔ no beka bom na fi how no ba bi firi bae ne de nam so a ema bae no wono mo de aba ahwea no na fi asundwe mapa akoso edi ne hene na abambɔfo aye wono madwuma na timamufo ya wono mo so citizens no wo mo aye citizens na mo wo mo and spectators eno no wone ensantwerofo ebonkomo no kyerɛkyerɛ mu saa de kyerɛ en wɔka sɛ ne nyina nkamfu ano yɛn so na yɛn ensantwerofo no yɛka bi ebam enti yɛn kan kyerɛ Garufo sɛ wo mo ma adwobrɛ emmra
awasansɛm na ho yɛnkɔ ahoma no so na yɛnkɔdi enkomo yɛne security expert yɛra Richard Kumado ɛna ɛbɛtwetwe sa ensɛm yakɔso ɛwɔ Garu ɛne Timpane ɛho enkomo yɛnya ne tie sɛ emrahye badwafo a ɔmo wɔ Garu ɛne Timpane de abɛto dwa sɛ wo mo enti asie sɛ asrafo no akɔto ahyɛ ɔmanfo no so ɛbirim wo mo sa wakɔyɛ nimdifo ya wɔhwɛ bambo ho nsɛm de yɛmisa no sɛ ɔtena akyire no times plus ye no eden ene ye enuoma bi a wono ankasa ehu ne mpo de akoye asrafo ye duoma kugu honom ye betwe wono masan anaso mo nso begina so a na action o ma hya ase no wo mo atuamu aye ye bomodin ase yensa ebeka yera Richard Kumado siensa kana ye no ebebo rasa ensem no mu na ya twetwe ho komo
yeda so a ejina mamre num ebo ye hompem se yensa be kan yewura Richard Kumado na fe yedi enkomo afa Garu Timpani awrahose mirisi wo ho na enam so ma srafo nso ko ya wo mo de do before complain enti wo mo ebrim timamufo wo ho ebrida brada ebinom de da ya asabia na sese yesu mfra ban se adaworoma aban mum na emrem na wo meso wo mu anase wo mra wo mo nsra ban mu no ene na ye be kosoa na ye gina sabia kro na ewo bambo ene na afa ensemu na eho no papai we nyame ni papa no won de ne nkasa no wankasa aban na emrem na mom wo de ato Ghana fo nyine ni mu se eba bambosem ewo manyi mu a ewo se me ye ni ko ho pa ye didi a ewo se ye dwene ho ye nom a eye se ye dwene ho ye som a eno nso ewo se ye de ko adwendwene mu na Christ Apostolic Asafo no kutire number 1 we eye Brekum East ho eye bonomantamu na wosofo ede saa asemi etudwa odifo Alex Amankona na wo chese eba ye bambosem mu a ewo sabiri bia ye de kompaibom na ye bompaye ede ema abambofo se de beye na eba bibie ni a wonom ebetumi aye ne se de nyame wo bone ban pepepe na sansem ye a wo ka no papa ne din adodo na adi nim no ene fireman na ebino nso mo fire won fire nko sabre kro na wo kasa kwasi ada no na Garu Timpani ne afa wo mani so no esembiribi nanso yewurade atodwa se ya ye mmompaye ema ya bambofo no
se be betimi abaso omo abefra mu a omo dwumadie se nipa ba akoso kwaya ade ne yehu no a yetim de sana amansan enti na ehia kese se yemma mu abambofo ye bompa ye ma won especially Brekuma police for. Yahwɛ up and down. Omoko omoba. Omoko na nsan kura sɛ mote ya. Na omo wo barrier. Ɛwɔ sunyankwa mu hɔ. Otra amanfo so hɔ a. Nkrofo bi ne mo di tuo. Efri Domain Kro that area. Nyame na mo so chi omo. Enti nka nkrofo ne dia na omo di tuo na ekoye. Enti sa nyame ne review sa de ne kire wo no a. Ka omo be de hu.
90.7 FM.
Eno eye odifo Alex Amankuna. Class Apostolic Asafo Kutire number 1 Brekum East. Ena oti ni wie no anso ho. Asafo ma no nso de BP so. Ene wo mo che sei bronya boboba na bronya na eba sei ya. Na enema yere eba ne sa ye bambo se mu nso hia pa nti de sofo aka ne nyame na ayi a kire no na asafo man so wo mbekọ so a de akompai bom se de be na nyame be hu ye mobo e wo ye bambo se mu
one CAC fireman ne da no ye som kese pa wo ha ma enuanom a ebepie mu no mo do so pa enuanom police for by som no fa kese na na gina won so if you say won so hu se nyame hu hia na mpa ye eboa you say adwuma na omoye no mo rem nti papa ndam ne wosra so ebo mpa ye ma won ehira won na oja won kwan
asafo ma wo mo Kutire number 1 CAC asodemu na ate se odifo kasa wiye no wo mo kire papa yi wo mo ne ne hye abrabo ase CAC asafonum de wo fa twero no so eka ne se de esi bamufa enti awe ewo se yema yani ko ho na ate se asafo man so kire mu no
so fa ohwe nkita hodie so edema aban eyera kojo oponkroma no panyin akasa record de ne nsem no atudwa ewo nhyiemu bi ekoso abra no mo boy ensentro abaso na weni bra etoso aduonu enso dwumedie no ase no na odi tudwa se aban no ebe nhyehyɛ sunku bi kra na aboa se de ebe ya ensem a ye de tre sensentro no pepepe yo ebefa ne ntampa e de fra
Daniel Kwame Ampofoje on how journalists in Ghana covered the COVID-19 pandemic. Here's a quote. Journalists stated that they were guided by sound practices such as source credibility and relevance, but betrayed weakness in their verification practices, with a third of us admitting to sharing unverified information from social media. At a recently organized national conference on disinformation and misinformation led by my ministry, a 7-point communiqué was agreed to by political parties, CSOs, the media, and development partners present. Drawing inspiration from the communiqué and also drawing lessons from our own early efforts at advocacy, the Ministry of Information has resolved to complete a national action plan to combat misinformation and disinformation and have it signed off by all stakeholders before the end of 2023. Additionally, ladies and gentlemen, the ministry will continue to provide financial support to the technical working group that comprises the Ghana Journalists Association, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, PRIMPAC, NMC, and Academia, that was established at my prompting and is responsible for organizing the Media Capacity Enhancement Program. Providing regular on-the-job training for practicing journalists is very important because of the very sensitive job that we play in national life. And to cure the disinformation about this program, let me repeat that it is only a bursary. And no, the training is not provided by government. Neither are the beneficiaries selected by my ministry. We are only interested in crowding in funding so that journalists all over the country can benefit. I am reliably informed by the technical working group that the next cohort will be organized in Accra in November by the University of Media, Arts and Communications. And I say best wishes to those who will be beneficiaries. In closing, colleagues, I want to reiterate my deepest gratitude to all journalists for the invaluable work, especially during these very challenging times. I also want to congratulate all who are winning awards tonight and charge you to continue to uphold our high ethical standards. But I also want to call out these 3 issues that we shouldn't play ostrich about. 1, safety of our colleagues. And then on the other hand, the need to fight disinformation and the need to support the capacity enhancement of our colleagues. While I remain minister for this sector, I shall provide all that I can to support initiatives aimed at responding to these three issues.
Nipo kasa ye eyo nimonyafo kojo opon kroma no na hwe nkitahudie ho sem so edema aban.
Wasansem krona hono maami Jane Adokoye Mensa wona ye abato komisa ewo man Ghana mu wono nso kasai na eyensentrofo nkambo muku wo mabaso bodwumadie de etoso adono nson nase ena sansemi kokopie hwa na yewura kojo opon kroma wode na no gisemi atudwa ena wo chese sabio wo man no ye be chekere ye be sane na yetimi akwakusane nchenchenfrum ayi de wo mu nyina atase ne sebesepa ne koni ma haba matemamufo nso anya so mfa so ansentrofo ye wo kwan atwa wo adwuma yo na sabio ano wo hoi ehotere a echense hweremo ena awowo ne se hunti kwan ebinom fa so na wono mo kan sembinum okasafidi ahodo so a eprepreja na omanyi eba demokratia yeni abre se yebechi na mo obi anya so mfa so yi ene ye bambosem ebetimi agina yedi a ene ne ya no ye wo adwuma yo pa enkanka ne sesa abre ye bobo ne yewura abato afimu no enkomo ahodo ebekoso ne se de ewose ye so ne so na yehuhu so ansa na empo epiemu nchama ebi anya bi aka no eno na ewose yehwe ne yi pa entesa ebia no ebe frefre jaba na fe oman yaba be kura ojamom na eno nso ne yebo ho mpaye se ebi nsida ne se hunti no se yebo odin na yetumra anasa ye hyemra ya ne yakase due enti nsentwerofo munue na mom yedue no yehu kwampa ye be fa so akuta nsemu se de be ne nkofrensem foforo bi ya asembone emre oman yi.
Leveraging media freedom to sustain the democratic and security architecture. The litmus test of the 2024 elections attests to the crucial moment at which our nation stands today. With the 2024 election beckoning and with no incumbent seeking re-election, the stakes are particularly high. We face an open contest where any candidate could win or lose. In essence, the 2024 election will be more than a democratic exercise. It will be a test of our nation's resilience. As journalists, you will play a crucial role in building that resilience. You have the ears, the eyes, and the hearts of the citizenry. And you are a stone throw away from millions of homes across the country. It is of utmost importance that you are cognizant of the delicate interplay that will be required between media freedom, our democracy, and national security. Your conduct as journalists will impact positively or negatively on our dear nation. As the fourth estate, you are not just a facet of our democracy, you are its bedrock. You are the beacon of truth. You are the guardians of transparency. You are the vanguards of freedom and catalysts for informing and shaping public debate. Your role requires the nation's support and protection over your freedoms. With your role and the nation's support and protection comes great responsibility. We are all aware of the risks to national security when the role of the media goes unchecked. The exercise of your power and freedom in the lead up to the 2024 election could potentially make or break our nation's cohesion. This is a sobering truth. Ladies and gentlemen, the lessons of Rwanda are evident for all of us to see. We are all aware of how the unchecked power of the media contributed to a devastating genocide. Disinformation and falsehood.
Ene a woti ye abato komisa maami Jane Adokoye Mensa ena ate se wo kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm no we na wo mo kasafa ensɛntwerɛfo ye dwumadi a yedie ene kwan a wono bɛfa so ama media freedom no ye betimi esane po no na ensɛntwerɛfo betimi aye wo mo adwuma aye ne yie ena na wode ho afutuo ema yen se ye keka kwa abato birim enti yehu kwampa e bɛfa so a ensempa e bɛkotemamufo etiri no wo mani so
yefru sansen semni mu na yento so yembepie mu ewo Nkranza South abato mpeso so afo a wo hwe nkrase putu ni amamu so ya wo no MC wo Nkranza South na nanom aka bom de aso abafom se wo mu ebesi dwede bia kese pa de ama adehye a omo Nkranza South ekro no mu dwumedie no ase ni panyifo bi ebepie wo honom ma me Harriet opon chiremantin ene assembly members ahodo na so de odo ebebo odomu ma so a omo de bo fom no etumi ekọ enkan dwumedie no ase no na yewra dan kwaku botwe ya wono na yeso afọ hwe mpuntu ye Nkranza de no so ede tudwa se sika ye de be ye se dwade bia no sika no aye krado dadada ya eda hodom enunti enchekra wo mu ebesi dwade bia no awie
the problem plenty ho ye dey gade na even though the akwati no ekunu what he say you go see ye plenty kakra contact abege so the matter na ye no omo woni eni one ba ye dia mo eni one ye dia ma consultants no atede be adimaka because sika eni ho na sika ye di ye adumai tempo consultant ka say yamma mobilization ho a empa sika no ready sika no ready eta ho eti di ese ni say Emma say contractor say my ready certificate IPC ne ebeti nansa all the money for this project is ready at the house here eti by July na project in plan sika wo there you say ebi do ma ka say July no and so far emi July no le wa wie na your second stage to na ni na wie ni asabe sia na wadaloma what about chairman ya ba commission project ebana le ba say le nya o kai na kaka ye mponi na mutse kwa manifo na mi say je be ye so no ahunfafo ama ya maamenom ye nuanom ya papanom adabafo ye nuanom nyina eba obedisha na mo be mpotulima awo Nkranza memu ha senu o mo se ebeboa
abefu dwede bia wo kire mu wo ka se fire service ehwemu bi sanso na bia ye bia ye de ye mofra ebeko suku eno so eka ho bie ye radan kwaku botwe amananso o sanso de to so se Nkranza South Education Directorate a ye si enwie ya ye jamana ka enwemu no wo de sika ebewura mu abo ne homodin bia se ye be si awie ni adane de amomanfo
wa adu say ya ka se Nkranza Education Directorate government of Ghana na budget no wa wani tia eti contractor na o ti block no si ase pepe and I'm saying what is ya ti contractor fi na dem ya da contractor social and so ya you dey education director no asa wa wani tia say ban me fi there o ba you and I'm told to say education for go akọ bangladesh ni and so kwa you dey na Nkranza aya educational hub of the region na when you ministry kwa so ya fa and after one thing, so medical can come no chama you on about the chairman and in public had a chairman on a cover down some of the fans are into so you are health so you are race you are agriculture you are be a party and ya kind Nkranza yes because Nkranza not produce the power of Ghana it is that you are party and you are the
ye eno Sunday to so say wate amanuhu na ekoso ewo bonsu Dr. Ba kwan no so wabei die wakantam ede sese wabeye kwan no asiesie ama na ye mono kia o
that will go to upgrade the quality of life of the people. If they play everything, Yampama Yahu, Sabbath, Sumia Manso, Yadis is a pack, as a pack of a pack, and a pack, and Yama, that one, you say, yeah, young man for me, about that woman, and you can do women at Kanko, and the Papa and Navy. Now, I know the Kanu. I'm not a matter of your yeah, and a bone to the bar, as you start the better part of it. I'm had it, you told it, you would have it. I don't know, you could say, our president get a better. And then I'm not taking out of a president behind now. I asked him, Papa.
Penyo kasa ye numonyamfo Daniel Kwaku botwe wono na kopiem nkrase amamoni mpuntu so a waye soafo ewo honum sanso na poye mantamu so ogina mu se emrahye bedwani ewo hode ne nsem no atudwawie no ene atweben adrava fo mo ka hyen de kobonsu dotoba bisa wo mo se atadwefo wa mate edenne na muso musen
dotoba ne adwuma ko de kware de ya ebeko anye ya isuta ndinfo mu nukubo yi wo mo amene mo wa wo ne ma bia na wo ne ma se wachiu se wonchi no de bebu na wo ne ma ko ne de ya dan yani yesu kanye sa be se ya adwuma ufa bia so de kuduru bia okọ na me se kware nyanti nsu bi wo so ne busu bia mu ko ne yesi hodi e kwambia so bi tindu waduru na ya yu so osumenti bagio mo bagio wo de wo ne ma soa yesu ya dare ni ya sara bayeti nti se abaye timi ya kware no ma ya ni na ya ho beto pasi jesu so bia ho beto no de se o so beye da mu kan se ya mo ma mo dada ye tembia so ba beye kwan enso enye adwuma di se so ba beye dia ye se mo ba beye da to ma de ye jintu so ma de mo ba beye
ya ne je ho se ba ka safa kwan ho sa be no ane ne mbra panike de bia kwan nipa ba beye de na no enso se ne da ho ani de se sia ye woni efire be tutuo pa nya agoro enso tobre bi ko to moto bi so ba ma bagei bi de ne moto nyina ba ye so moto ne netie e de fe ne kwan nyina enso ata ya fe ye na ba sa de grade be pia ye boto nyina koto agu ama se pa gota kase de damu udi ago nso to do be ko se ho aka ye so ye de akuma paadi ye se de ho aka he e be ye adwuma se ye adwuma ye so ye de bi se akwa enkomo ye di sa bar ne be ba so no be bom mode ne pa ye kwa yi sidi bo nsu abonten ko sipi poso wonna obetena so sa akwa so mi se ne ka mba so obefidi so
a driver form of bonsu dotoba kwan no so n'ekiri mu sa semre de wo matia na nsompanyi say so mo beye akwan ne dia ene wo mo a ene mo hwe
Baby, I will be a Sompa sika promo no ni afa ho jim na eyemfa so kese pa sika kuma bi ekura wo firisidi numo kro utimi etro edibi enya sika botene pa de hwe ho emeyeye na Methodist Bishop Wokasa Most Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabenabo one presiding bishop Edima Methodist asafo no wo de asem bi ato abayanim se adawroma emabunu no se koba se enkokura ne emrewa wono moto sa emabunu mu die na ekọ na nso kama se na Ghana ha otu ani na hwe mabunu bi ayewo sabi ye ne namba nkyere se station kotere no destination na eno saa no ena kama se eje ama wo mofa su ne ban ne abrabo bi a ensem fatade ato wo mo ho so ne se hunti bishop de eto aban ani musa dawroma wonfa emabunu no nka ne dadwene ho se de beye na wo mbenya adwuma yo na aboa ama wonom nso aboa ma ya kwa ani musa nsensenye adwuma no ya na wosefo no wopa adwuma de ma wo mo ye saa semi sabre kro na senyane wonom yi wo mo presiding bishop amono nso ahwe ho na ate se wode tu dwa na sei na sompansa nkyerofo wode tu yenim
imse ye adesremu nso ye besre ama aban ene se ye mrantie ne ye mabaawa no ye behwe wo mo nsoso se de be ya wo madwuma ye ebedi mu mrantie ne nam ho no mo ni adwuma ya atete kakra abachan ahwe wo nyina anso hu se ya atete enti ye mpanyimfo no hwe aso ne de ye be ya family na so entumi nye kase ni nyina ewie na mum kakra biara Methodist asore beye minim se Christian Council asore GPCC Catholic Secretariat o menyina aso beye o ma fam bia de abura mrante ne mabawa ama o mo nso o menye o mo nsa no adwuma kakra ye se de beye a o mo nante ho o ma hia de awie o nya bibia anyon da mesre se ye de bibi sa eba mo ma ye nyina ye mfa ye hunji ebi beye kuaye ebi beye se ye kwa akosua ensanu adwuma bi edin de na so eno na be ma wanya onsanu adwuma wanya wanka se wadwuma kofo bebre ayesa aba ye atitire eni akesefo enti emrantie no mo ma ye nhwe aban ko a na mu ye hwe se ye ankasa nso no bibi kitwa bi ebetumi aye ne ya improve a minim se be konkan ma yenso ye yie aba.
Most Reverend Paul Kwabenabo Methodist Bishop ne enatiye ne wie no Right Reverend Kwakufa wono na sesei ukọ sunwane ene na afa wo mo yini se bishop foforo kranti ye hye no no anase edini sisuo wono nso ede ne de etudwa ekire se asafo no won de aye krado se wo bedoma aboa na fe nhyehyɛ papa e wo se timamufo nya wo de aba na mom aban so mo ne ho pagya
Methodist Church ewo the aniswademu the vision asonu vision na meso mede ya adwuma sɛ ɛbɛka nyame asɛm akyerɛ nnipa nyinaa na yɛbiebie ɛnsɔre na yɛhu sɛ asɔre no ahyɛ aseɛ no na sukuu dwumadie mmɔfra nteteɛ so ɛka ho ne nyinaa no sɛ wotie abakɔ sɛ no bi a baabi a wɔa sukuu kɔhyɛ ase ansa na asɔre no ba bi so asɔre no hyɛ aseɛ ɛna wɔmode tii sukuu nti saa ɛde so ade hu nyinaa no bɛhwɛ sɛ ɛbɛkɔ so ɛyɛ adwuma nti ade hu no bi so yɛ apɔmuden saa sɛ nnipa ɛba asɔre yɛkɔ sukuu a yɛapɔmuden nso ho hia ɛno nti sisi America sɛ yɛwɔ clinics enum a animanimu yɛ nkyɛ yɛbɛnya baako aka wɔ so nya kubia mu nyinaa sɛ
ɛno ɛyɛ sunwane bishop a wɔn mo de na esi so na ate sɛ wɔn nso kasa yi onua me nyina wei so na adaworoma yɛn na yɛ ho enko computer so adwadie mmra ɛno akyi no de aka akyire ɛdɔso yɛde bɛsom mo ɛwɔ sompa premotobre kase ɛbɔ menkwansa.
Introducing Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink, a whole new refreshment in a can. Mixer 5G is a tasty non-alcoholic drink. It is a perfect companion for all your events, including parties, weddings, and funerals. It is made with green tea, ginseng, guarana, grapes, and grapefruit. Get refreshed with Mixer 5G Sparkling Drink. For bulk purchases, contact 0246 270 221. This advert is FDA approved.
21st Clinic yes sciatica expert sciatica no o nerves na wo to ase na fa wo siremu na fa wo nansia besi ase ho no se ho techema eno ene fa ne sciatica na etimi bubu o to ase ka wo se dwe wo sirem wo je ho ba bi a enye na eno na 21st Clinic ba ya adwuma pa wo mu yenti abaso bo o magye no wo Ghana ha ene amono ne enya asem ketewa Womuji international awards ahodo womuji local awards ahodo na anu nso na womu the only sciatica research and treatment center in Africa bibrim hano ebi ni baby a gise 21st Clinic nkoa womu de bibiduro ene besa o yare no masa de machine aka ho eya yare sabia yare bia wutimi de ko ne mama de ba ko a wo magidi wo mu pa no eye sciatica ena stroke nso de kwa diabetes ne hypertension ne ade ne ade Ghana ha ba bia wo mu ho 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 That's the 21st Clinic. Woman is sciatica expert.
Sompa achedie. Yaba. Sompa achedie. 2023. Bible say, nyame sompa pani say, ubi kwa unyanka, eni ewisi amobo. Enuti na sompa, 93.1 kumase. Sompa, 90.7 enkransa. Sompa, 98.9 sunyane. Yakabomu, sebronye, yebema enisia, eni ekrafo edidi na yenko ayetini agise wo beboa yen enti say yesika fatu ahomatrofo iso 0598559802 meetimu biem 0598559802 edi e woso yetara 1 media na November bosome no ne be edi kan na ye chro ekrafo ni din enti say wo nkransa na wo yekrani a kotro udin e wo sompa enkransa GCB edanimu ho a wo sunyane so a kotro udin e wo sompa sunyane night market wa na Kumasi ekrafo nyina ba be tro wo no din e wo sompa ye ni no hotel dia no hye eye busumi du ba ko no ne de di kan na dwumade no akasa de bronya busumi ne de to so aduonu ba ko ne bebodwa trada na de amode dum ye no ye de ama ekrafo yi
wo de bibi wo 1 million
ko so 1 million wo de ba to akoko
me ba to akoko
na de abomo
no so eni anwa ne sa di si no so nya nyame nhyira pa moya adie pa
na yesika na yentuma so a wobetimi de aba afenso sɛ niema bi ense ye ti sɛ mo ene yanwa so a yebeji mo a mo ye bi afie twa mu no emu adansede de mo a mo nim sompa akyɛde 2023 ebusuafo yɛmfa yɛn ho hyem na proposi prepa oboadu ponko mu yenyankopɔn obeyiye wiye sompa akyɛde 2023 ekunafo ene enyanka ne so wo mu bedidi.
Sompa 90.7 FM.
Sompa FM.
Sompa TV, Emma Akitiapa.
Sompa area prem to break kasebo ena waso egusa wutie no Sompa TV yedemu live ewo honom sanso ena Sompa 93.1 ade show mo kumase na honom ena omo ebete yenka ena wonom nso a womo sunwan eye Sompa 98.9 kranza ne mpatamu de eye Sompa 90.7 FM yentoa ensem no esoin eye no monim nsem dada na anu ada akosombo sutade a wo bi ho kakra ya enso no twifa ade hye so mo pade womo ehwire ni na no enam so emadwumayefo mo Tobinko group ayade hye no adoye kese pa ina sika eni nnomada na ekire ede ama ade hwomu mepe no enye asem keto na dwumadie no ase no ena mankra lo ede mabato na nanom aterankonya ede tudwa sem wone ne nkrofo no abo mo ho pan yie se womo beboaboa VIP buses na straight womo akogum ewo saglemi building project no eso wo kire man baby omodi omuti beto no abeye asembia aya kanapa tidom betimi aya ne saglemi project aya jato honom honom ena womo ebekọ akosue ni pokasa ye eye togbe boboji a otoso ensom
close down. So everybody have to come to this situation to help so that we can relocate. I'm saying that by 2 weeks time, if we didn't hear anything, we'll go for the VIP basis, like 100, and move to Segleme. We are almost 50,000 or 40,000 that way. And we'll go there if the government wanted to come and kill us, you should come and kill us there. When you do the settlements, then we can go back. By 2 weeks time, we are appealing to the nation, anyone that can take in charge to rent a car for us, VIP basis, at least 100. We will move because we want our children to go to school. And here is not free for us. We need the government to come in. This is not the time for politics. This is the time for reality. So that we, the Tong people, will not be.
Togbe boboji otosonson ekasewie ya pe ena titinani edema Tobinko group of companies Elder Tobin enso di tudwasem we dia be asem a ne kan edin ye pa esane so manfo na omo mepe no eye classroom ena omo da be hwentontoma every omo nso a enye asem ke20 diom betimi aya ne se omo be sraban se saglemi no omo wie dia wo me form enkogum.
My next plea is that the government should do its possible but to relocate them in time. I don't know where the government will relocate them. That is not my concern much. But the government should please try and relocate them in time so that our dear children can start school. Because when you come to Vertico here, they've been camped in the school. And this school, unless for the primary school, JHS. Yeah, and when we keep them there for a long time, what will happen is that our dear children will not be able to school. So please come to their aid and let's get this thing done. And let's find solution, a lasting solution, so that this thing will not reoccur again. Thank you.
Noftong mra shebedwani eyo no for Samuel Okujeto ablakwa dwumadie no ase no na owo hobi ono so de nsem kakra ema yen sentrofo se.
Change means that we will not be lucky to wait for another 60 years. Because of climate change, it can be the next 2 years. It can be the next 3 years, the next 4 years, the next 5 years. There is no guarantee that you can wait for another 60 years. So the pressure that climate change imposes on us means that as leadership, we must be thinking faster, we must be creative, we must look out for scientific solutions very quickly so that when the weather patterns continue to change and there has to be spillage, this spillage will now go through tunnels, which we can use for positive things, including agriculture or the one village, one dam concept. For example, it could have fed other, smaller dams if the engineering solution had been sought. So that's the way to go, and that's how best we can combat climate change, when we come up with scientific.
Bo North Townum ne ade a ho nyina ye framantam mo na no sutade a wonu mu bieye enam so ama sesei ebinom ya da na tukotenafo eno na dom n'ani abrese se tie bia aban ama mefa wo wombekọ no wo makọ akoda ho na eno ho no ene se sutade no wonu mu bieye de na sabio wo wohye wura esifia na nka ode bekọ afuom no enso ni yiri mani nyina ni ti no kura tutu egumu ntina dodo na so a wonu mu so ne se anhweye awuduro betimi afra wo mu nuane na yekoda maade akyen ya entam so ni putupuru so se nya ba se BBC a viare ho de wohwe so a efre ne se emergency preparedness coordinator yewura kwame wo se mensa dakwa wakasa ene nhyehyeye a viare fo aye se wo mo de afidie se ye kafo no bi ana se motoburo bebo wo mo achi na wo mo atimi apetepete se ne virus na abo apete ho se ye bacteria se ye den wo mo ba bepete ama wo mo no bro nyina awuwu se de be na timamufo ensa nkofa yade bia enka wo mo.
And we are also speak rumors that some affected victims in the camps are trying to move to their homes. And so, as a matter of urgency, VRA has contacted Zoomline to actually fumigate and decontaminate some of these houses. And then we are letting our engineers also do some structural inspection of to check the integrity of those buildings before they move in. So the team of Zoomline officials are in. We agreed that assembly member for the local electoral area with the officials from our governmental department and then the rest from the Macro Development Association. They have already done inspection of some of these houses, and so they will lead the team to fumigate and decontaminate some of these houses, whilst our engineers go to do the structural inspection of the buildings before people move in. So basically, briefly, this is what we are doing this morning, and we want to draw attention to it that VRA is doing a lot, and the government is also doing a lot to make sure that we protect lives, especially first, before we look at properties and other issues. So briefly, that is what we are doing this morning, and we thank you all for coming.
Any awuti ye engineer Kwame was a mensa dakwa oko Volta River Authority hona wono ena ye emergency preparedness coordinator ena teso wo kyerɛkyerɛ kwampa wo mbefa so na wo mode enuro bepeten se de be na obi nkonkofa yade bia ewo mepe afa ho.
Esujamai mrashebedwani eye Yera Thomas Ampem Nyakono panyin akasa ede atodwasa watena se hu se mrashebedwafo ya omo fra manteme sukese wo honom no ene panyifo mo Volta River Authority no wo hyede hu kitahudie bia ekoso ewo muntem wo kirema wo hu ye enka wo sempanyifo ai wa afamienu etumitena se esane se enamadwenkiremu enanamontuo efri benti se de be ombeto adwen ye beboa amomanfo mo from antem no eho ahare wo mo what is semoni na etudwa wa bra Vodafone Ghana Limited ene Esujaman Company Limited ekabo mu ekoye additional mo from antem no mo adoye.
I want to state categorical that is total falsehood. In fact, VRA never invited me. VRA, my checks also shows that VRA never invited any of my colleague members of parliament in the affected constituencies for any simulation exercise. I want to challenge Pius Enam Hajide to show proof that I was invited to the simulation exercise and I failed to attend. I'm surprised that in these difficult times, what Pius seeks to do is to peddle falsehood, just to gain cheap political advantage. That is unnecessary. What we need to do now is to put our heads together, our resources together, to help those who are suffering to get out of these difficult times, and not to use the opportunity given him on a national television station like TV3 to send falsehood around. Nobody invited me through a phone call or through any written invitation to any simulation exercise. As a matter of fact, it is not just the simulation exercises. We, the members of parliament, are unhappy that the VRA leaves us out in every communication regarding the spillage and all activities that are ongoing. We are reminding the VRA that we are the people's representatives. So they should involve us in some of these consultations, because we have constant interface with our constituents.
And you must Jamaican Company Limited at the core, no, and a millowum. Sardine ewom sanso na kandia emaya edisiesie ho aba ye kwafichi no eno so bi eka ho Yera Thomas Ampemiako ekasawie yape eno panyi a wosi Jamaican Company Limited anemu ye abusia panyi ansache ono so de nsem kakrama ye central for saying
assorted. They are assorted items ranging from rice, mackerel, sardines, 90.7 FM. Pure water, not pure water such, but bottled water, water, and many others, worth about 100,000 Ghana cedis. So according to him, we should donate this through the MP for Sudaman, Honorable Ampemiako, so that he knows the catchment areas and he knows those who are affected, so that he distributes those items to them as his widow's mite to the people. Yeah. At least they should also go to their constituencies and know those people who are affected, so that they'll be able to, meet them in a way, even though they can't supply them with all their needs. But at least the widow's mite will help them do something or to sustain their lives. So I'm also appealing to those MPs in those catchment areas also to make appeals to other people, like our brother has done. By means, people will come to their aid, so that they also get some items and then distribute to those affected people. What we have to learn from this is that we shouldn't build along close to the riverside or lowland areas where there's the possibility of flooding.
Penny and Sache and Ekasan within a Juma Jamaican Company Limited and what did to just same. A Juma no Ebioma Pana to Hosa Bibia, and who be here, some acquire the Shano Emma, one more acquire one more Emma, ne crackramu, and one more saw who a cano, almost so any chicken comocacra.
Yeah, but this way I dear my. I have Kakara Cassia Maya into me. This is soon Quansana, Yanya Bianica, I am in conscious being, sending soon, speed and look constantum, or to down Sunuma, Son de Beco, and the Massa Yakin Ako. And yes, I about your betansicake, Yagmabia, now to the Bia did it. And a young penino Ababuana, or the Moka Crabby Abre, and I said I did the man.
Pedi, Medini Gradis drew. Pacho, Adia Cosway, who or Cocoteco, yes, Abai, any Uncrophone, say, Obo Boye, say, Obesi a dime, Yenya a dime pona, ye bed down, yes, Abai, say, me and Amicasa Hapo, me Baba Cupo, I didn't, we now bobo to me ban until our hospital is Siapo, and ye like yellow for him. Bala kukuda ekpejitu kwa petelo kukudana asojaman duko kona government be no akpelemienti be na watu economy fifila gi emiamro ha mi pe yeta mi le kukuda yesrese ambai omboy na
Yenuanoma omo fra mantemi are husemi ato omo sem kakra omo dem aye no bi eni kotie no
Lawyer FF Fedu where penia say okota kura de na afa chine yama nyoku no wono na asofra nka mu se wode ba bepre emrahye badwa konwa no na wakọ mrahye badwa fie akọ adwuma so no de amatemamufo a ewo mpotem ho na wode dwumadie bi hyehye so free health screening mekọ wie no afutu ekoi penimpa wode afia nkwanta aya asabia na no maame Linda kasana ne nkase mu no de yafutu matemamufo se yenhweye enam kokọ wie ho enam kokọ no wobechese na ntwinam enam kokọ na mono aponche ka ho ene wobobo so pa na wo chese eno no ema cells we ye mu binom timinya hode ni nyini nteme no so sa cells no ene frefre cancer de ba enti se ye peye nkwan ye na ye papomuden pade a ene enam no ye ntwe ye ho emfiri ho wode afutu yi ema adom a wo mo ba be ye nhwehwemu e wo mapomuden mu
shema ye ho ni se omo mo wi enam bebebe no enam to say animal based enam menchina maponche especially red meat no omo no 10 days so bitmenya cancer e was so this answer enam ebe increase of fatty tissues or body fatty tissues so it will increase your hormones which is estrogen estrogen so to feed the cancer cells it is a also every number baby no it will my risk say between cancer e person say every penny film yi and cry na omuhia enam to help them grow. So by ye be and penny from ye hear number bresa, they hear plant based proteins. These ye continue ye and nuts a ye cancer and ferry or more fit as so bad and ferry sikadodo it's me you be into dear my rich me and dear boy honey say ye better I should yapomudimo ye nufu ama ye hu ne ntam esan say early detection of breast cancer saves life so ye hu na chire na spread dia yintumi nya hwe emmoa so atase nti ye ntan hwehwe se de nya kwan na da bia ye makeup say ye hu ye nim aye fe no sanso na bosumi bia ye nya adaje enhwehwe ye nufu nim
endie hia papa ma
na yɛtumi na yɛtreat
Lawyer FFA do a parliamentary candidate at the merchant Yamanyoku no Takura de and an afa and artist and watch Richard and Semudia Futu Mapa, Emma Timamu for say maintenance, yes, a be or banco. And they do October so call her Nemum, ma enya dane da Sebrano Brano, Obacquaco with him, one ya the coin also, the able punum, a bit miatua concedo, Nantem also wapa no drew, na waswa no entem. And no soon ye jina a we abre. Premotobreka Seba, ye nane edi free Sompa TV, na e fa Sompa 93.1, Kumasi Santimantemu, na e fa Sompa 98.9, Sunyane. Bono ahenkuru na fa bono east mantemu Sompa 90.7 no yede wo sie na mom meka wo say I care herba clinic wo mo de se wodwene wo ho papa wono mo fa ho ene se de wapomodin tie nyina enti stroke ntena se manenye wo nkwanse ye dobre kwa wo bre nson ye se bio ye de awo na etwa apoa ana wo de no woto asintini ho efo ho besi wo nanti wo se ateka ene ye keka ne ho wagina noni mu pa anka wo do yie no ene etwe ne ho wanya ball bi anka wo twen akwa akwahye no sa bre na betwe ne mo wo bo nkofie pa ana sabio wanya nanka wo bo a head and hair mere no na etwetwe ne ho a eba ne se ha adwene ene nti bo modern se wo de beko I care heba clinic for wo mo nche ejusu zongo junction ho na benya won de biara da wo ye adwuma firi joda ekosi ne memene da so na wotwa no pa kwese nonum ebebo eno achi wo mo na wo hypertension no ya eye adwuma ewo nipaduanum akoma no ho mrebo no ho esiesie ne yie no sa nupa ya American den heba Fredimens Kolinak nyina Mr Heba enupa na busu ho wo de fa wo yansa 0530 721 165 na wone wo mo enkasa wo kasa ne nyina no na kakra nso eda wa council eno no de hia ne so obenya atwa unya twa nko a ubedi utwa nso aye atwa ne kese tworo no kura ase de oyi ne kuma bi no ya woti kuma bi na de oyi ne bafu no wotwa ne bafu Sompa sika promotion no twa ne bafu na watimi adi bafu sidi numpe na etie enti an wa hye ne nso obo star 256 now the star na fe 3 now the hash na tua so na wabo obo kwa ebe ka kirew Sompa no se yekuma ase Sompa sunwane ana Sompa nkransa ba bia wutie firi no na watwa ama na bedimma
we are getting by with Sonia Mizo fruit drink and a mixer 5G energy drink. Caribbean, a vetimia bow pa way and a pebia. Ketros marketing agency and a cofa a diaba a drama so and yena with a baby Sompa, your radio station no everyone. Bora hon bisa say, open Mizo fruit drink and a mixer 5G energy drink. I said, Drono, Sawono mom, a boboa or bra bono is CC home, said a bear, dear be a tata hono, able to me to Irasan. So and na elbow June so chano ho eban a miso fruit drink and a mixer 5G energy drink and a mekanfo a de amount energy drink I do fruit aye be baby ada Ketros marketing agency wonom adaroma say birthday parties engagement your our regime when you say bia ebe to me aboa pa enya na e wo supermarket e bia na penododo and to akoton be to me